Elland Road faithful, gather round because your beloved Whites are about to make headlines that'll shake the very foundations of Yorkshire. Listen up, you beautiful Leeds lunatics. What I'm about to tell you will have you jumping off your sofas, calling your mates, and probably breaking something in pure excitement or absolute rage. We've got 3 earth-shattering stories that are interconnected like a perfectly woven web of transfer chaos. And trust me when I say this, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this summer window is about to define our entire Premier League campaign. Picture this, a creative midfielder who was worth $25 million slipping through our fingers like sand. A striker reunion that could either save our season or cost us a fortune. And a prodigal son returning home with his tail between his legs. But here's the kicker, they're all connected in ways that'll blow your mind. Smash that like button if you're ready for this roller coaster. Drop a comment with your wildest prediction and hit subscribe because you'll want to be the first to know when these dominoes start falling. The transfer window is heating up faster than a Yorkshire summer and the Whites are right in the thick of it. But before we dive into this madness, let me ask you this. What if I told you that one creative genius is about to slip away to Germany, potentially costing us our Premier League dreams? Buckle up, because we're starting with a story that will make your blood boil. James McAtee, remember that name. Elland Road faithful, because it's about to haunt our summer dreams. This Manchester City Academy gem, the England U21 captain who's been on our radar longer than Bielsa's legendary squats, is now flying to Germany to discuss a move that could leave us kicking ourselves for years. The lad who Angus Kinnear himself admitted was blocked by City last summer. Blocked because they knew we'd unleash his potential like only Leeds can. But here's where it gets absolutely mental. While we're counting pennies and calculating championship budgets, Eintracht Frankfurt are rolling out the red carpet with Champions League football and a wallet thicker than a Yorkshire pudding. This isn't just any midfielder, this is the creative spark we desperately need behind our striker, with Brendan Aronson being our only option in that crucial number 10 role. And let's be honest, the American was about as effective as a chocolate teapot last season, despite that eye-watering $25 million price tag. But here's the gut punch. Frankfurt have been feasting on our former players. They've already got Rasmus Christensen permanently after his loan spell, and Robin Koch is there too. It's like they're building a Leeds United reunion in the Bundesliga while we're left scrambling for scraps. The irony is killing me, Whites faithful. Some of Frankfurt's transfer war chest literally came from US. That's $7 million they paid for Christensen permanently. They're using our own money to outbid us for the players we desperately need. They've sold Omar Marmush to City and William Pacho to PSG, and they're about to cash in on Hugo Ekitike too. Meanwhile, we're here playing financial chess while they're playing financial monopoly. McAtee could be the difference between struggling in the Premier League and actually competing, but Champions League football versus championship promotion, that's a battle. We're losing before we even start fighting. But wait, this transfer heartbreak is just the beginning of our summer saga. Because while we're potentially losing our dream number 10, there's another reunion brewing that could either save our season or cost us our Premier League status. Now, this is where it gets interesting, Leeds faithful. While we're potentially watching McAtee slip away to Germany, Daniel Farke is cooking up a reunion that could define our entire Premier League campaign. Remember Josh Sargent, the American striker who Farke brought to England and turned into a championship machine at Norwich? Well, guess what? The German gaffer wants him back, and Norwich are practically begging someone to take him off their hands. They've already signed his replacement, which means the door is wide open for us to swoop in and grab a striker who's banged in 44 goals at championship level. But here's where it gets absolutely bonkers. The price keeps changing faster than Yorkshire weather. First it was $16 million, then Norwich realized they had both Leeds and Burnley interested, so boom, $20 million. That's right, Elland Road faithful, we're talking about a potential bidding war for a player who could be the difference between Premier League survival and championship football. Alan Nixon is reporting that Burnley are backing away from that $20 million price tag, which means we could have a clear run at Sargent. And let's be brutally honest here, after watching Joe Pyro blow hot and cold all season, we need a striker who can hit the ground running in the Premier League. The man's proven he can score goals. He's got that American work ethic that Premier League defenders hate. And most importantly, Falk knows exactly how to get the best out of him. This isn't just buying a player. This is buying a guarantee that our manager can unlock his potential immediately. But here's the catch that's got me sweating. $20 million for a striker when we're already sweating about finances. That's a massive gamble. Are we gambling our Premier League future on a reunion that worked in the Championship? Chris Sutton thinks Sargent shouldn't waste his time. But with Burnley out of the race, this could be our golden opportunity. The question is, are we willing to break the bank for a striker who could save our season? Or are we about to price ourselves out of Premier League football? Because trust me, what's coming next will make this $20 million look like pocket change emotionally. Hold on to your scarves, Elland Road faithful, because this final story is about to hit you right in the feels. Calvin Phillips, our Yorkshire Pirlo, our midfield general, our boy who left for the bright lights of Manchester City, is showing Leeds United allegiance again. And a return to Elland Road is becoming a real possibility. Picture this. The lad who broke our hearts in 2022 when he chose Pep Guardiola over us, who's been collecting splinters on City's bench and failed loan spells at West. Ham and Ipswich was spotted at Leeds Playhouse watching through it all together, a play about the Marcelo Bielsa era, the same era where Calvin was our absolute king. Graham Bailey has dropped the bombshell that Phillips actually wants to come back to Leeds this summer. The same player who was the heartbeat of our promotion-winning team, who became an England international because of what he learned at Elland Road, is potentially ready to come home. But here's the brutal reality check, City. Want $20 million for a player they've completely ruined. The same fee we're potentially paying for Sargent. The man who was priceless to us is now being priced out of a return by the very club that destroyed his confidence. Phillips posted on Instagram, "Amazing show at Leeds Playhouse, watching through it all together." Those aren't just emojis, White's faithful. Those are the colors of his soul. You can take the boy out of Leeds, but you can't take Leeds out of the boy. Under Bielsa, Calvin was unstoppable. 40+ appearances season after season, breaking up play, launching attacks with those incredible long passes, being the anchor that allowed our creative players to flourish. But now, he's a shadow of his former self, carrying an injury record longer than the M1 and confidence lower than a championship relegation battle. The question that's tearing me apart is this: do we take a risk on a player who could return to his world-class form, or are we about to repeat the same mistakes that got us relegated in the first place? A loan deal seems more likely than a permanent move, but even then, are we strong enough to handle the pressure of Phillips potentially failing again? This is the crossroads of our summer. Elland Road faithful. 3 stories, 3 potential game changers, 3 decisions that could define whether we stay in the Premier League or find ourselves back in the Championship quicker than you can say dirty Leeds. Smash that like button if this has got your blood pumping. Drop a comment with which story shocked you the most, and subscribe because this transfer window is far from over. The big question I'm leaving you with is this: would you rather have McAtee's creativity for the future, Sargent's goals for the present, or Phillips' redemption story for the soul? Because knowing the 49ers, we might end up with none of them and be left wondering what could have been. We all love Leeds scum!